All right, guys. So, like with most things on the internet and movies and comics, I'm always a little late to the party. So, I'm just now catching up with all this Captain Marvel craziness. I jumped on Rotten Tomatoes. Me and my family are actually going to see Captain Marvel tomorrow. I'm somewhat excited about seeing it. I'm not a big fan of the character, don't like her in the comics, but I'm always excited to see a new Marvel movie. So, tomorrow, Captain Marvel. Me and my family are going to go see it. I was excited. I decided to jump on Rotten Tomatoes, kind of see how it's looking. And it's got like an 81% from critics. I was like, oh, that's not too bad. But now I'm seeing the 36% audience score. And that is a huge, huge difference. I've not seen many times where it's a difference this big. We're looking at... Holy cow. So my math is a little bad. It's New Mexico math. I grew up in, a small town, don't have exactly great math skills, but check this out. I think that's somewhere around 45% difference. That is absolutely crazy. That's not something you see very often, that big of a difference. I know there's some movies in the past that have had something like that. So because of that, I started going down the rabbit hole of trying to figure out why this is such a big thing. I started reading some of the reviews, going down and looking at some of the actual, just the critic reviews, and you start kind of seeing what's going on here, and just a lot of people not happy with it. Now, I don't want to dive too much into the reviews myself, because I do want to have at least somewhat of a unbiased, untainted opinion, but it's kind of hard after seeing all this stuff now. Now, I'm aware of the stuff with Brie Larson and people being upset with her and some of her words and all that kind of stuff. I'm not going to delve too much into that. I think there's a lot bigger, better YouTubers that go into that ad nauseum. I'm just more... I just can't believe that we're seeing such a big difference between the critics and the audience. 4,296 user ratings. This is as of tonight. What are we sitting at? It is currently almost... so where I live, I'm about 12 hours ahead. So it's about 1 p.m. on Friday when the movie is first starting. So now I don't know if there's 4,200 people that have actually seen the movie, or if this is a case of people coming in and bombing the score. But let me tell you what I honestly see when I look at the critic scores. This 81% is very misleading, because I did look at some of the ratings for these guys, and even some of the ones that are rating it as a pretty good movie, they're doing so barely. And like there's just so many down here where, yeah, okay, they're giving it a fresh score, but then they're saying that it's not really that big. I mean, I just don't, or not that it's just not that good, or they're upset with Brie Larson's performance, and a lot of them don't like the story. A lot of them don't like the way that they've put together the characters or the bad guys, and I don't want to get into any spoilers or anything like that, but I mean, look at the cast. This is such an amazing cast in this movie. I really thought it was going to be something good. Say what you want about Brie Larson as Captain Marvel. I've watched a few videos talking about people upset that it was her cast as that. She's a talented actress. I've seen other movies that she was in. She was in The Room, which was a phenomenal movie. She won an Oscar for that, I believe. So she's talented. She's a great actress. Maybe this wasn't the part for her. I don't know. I mean, I'll know tomorrow when I go see it. But I just wanted to do a quick video to kind of look at the, as of right now, the actual audience score between, what is this? The, God, man, I'm to use an old school word to show my age a little, I'm flabbergasted. It's absolutely crazy to see this big a difference. And now, when I started diving into this too, I saw a little bit of stuff about the Alita, and it's funny because Alita has the other way going, where it's not quite as different. It's a 34% difference, but you have 60% for the critics and 94% for the audience. And honestly, even the people that aren't reviewing this movie that well are still reviewing it better than what I'm seeing a lot of the negative reviews for Captain Marvel. So it's really interesting. Now, it's still way early on, but if you see that 94% with 23,000 people reviewing it, that's pretty impressive, actually. So that one's actually doing really well. 275 people reviewed this, 60%. Kind of tells you where that's going to end up. Now, here's what you typically see on a regular movie. Let's look at another movie that's out right now, How to Train Your Dragon. 92% by the critics, 89% by the audience. It's a 3% difference. It's not that much of a disparity between the two. So you're seeing that there's usually not that big a difference. Now, I know there's other sites out there like Metacritic and, was it Metacritic, Cinescore, some of the ones like that often tell you a little bit different tale as well. But a lot of times the audience score and those scores are kind of similar. But yeah, that's just absolute. That's what you normally see, a 3% difference. Let's look at. Oh wow, Tyler Perry did not do well. This one's 15% difference, not as bad, but it's still pretty much saying it's not much of a movie. Lego 2, we're sitting at an 86 and a 74, so a 12% difference, but that's okay because you're gonna have that difference. You're gonna definitely have a difference. Critics a lot of times are looking at something different from what the audience is. They this is what they do for a living, so they're going to critique it a lot different. They're going to be looking at so many different aspects than what a normal fan is, whereas the fans are going in and rating it as such, as fans, fanatics. So you never know what you're going to get with that, depending on what people expected when they were going in. Let's look at a movie like Fighting with My Family, 91 to 87, 4% difference. So I was clicking through all these just to kind of see it. I find it hugely interesting. Yeah, all the narratives around it, I don't definitely agree. One of the narratives surrounding this is that because it's a female-led movie that is not doing well, but look, Fighting with My Family is a female-led movie, but it's a 4% difference. As far as I know, she's the main actress. I haven't got to see this. I'm excited to see it because she is the main actress. It's actually the story of Paige, a WWE wrestler who finally got all the way up to the WWE. Really cool story. It's being reviewed really well, and I'm excited to see it. So that doesn't really fit. Like I said, if there are people coming out to rate this movie, the actual Captain Marvel movie, without having seen it, that is a little bit of a bummer. But I mean, let's just kind of look at it. Does it show it to us yet? View all audience reviews. All right, fantastic movie. That's all I gotta say. Great movie and waiting a long time. So these are all like the 5-star, 5-star, 4.5-star, loved it, must see. 2.5-star, Sam Jackson rules. As always, the cat deserves the biggest ball of yarn, and the popcorn in my theater was good. So that's probably where the half-star comes good. That popcorn was really good. I don't know, guys. Let me know what you guys think. This is absolutely crazy. So I know we only have a couple subs, so always when you're starting out a new channel, it's kind of like you're talking to yourself just a little bit, but I'm hoping a couple people watch the video. Let me know what they think. That's the biggest thing. If you guys got a different opinion on this, let me know. Throw it down in the comments down below. Like the video, dislike the video. Tell me what I'm doing good or bad. It's all whatever. It's just kind of a fun experience to jump into these videos. Really excited to kind of see it. Wow. 1.5. Excellent performance by Samuel Jackson and associated cast. Let down by a generic plot and a wooden and expressionless performance by Brie Larson. And that's what I'm seeing a lot of very, very negative reviews of Brie Larson. There's a lot of reviews out there on YouTube by some of the people that I really trust and like to watch. Chris Stuckman, Jeremy Johns, a couple of the ones like that all gave it a score. Not a great score, but not a horrible score. They pointed out things they like, but overall they're not a big fan of the movie yet either. So, I mean, here's the unfortunate part. I think my opinion's pretty jaded now. I don't know what I can do going in, but I'm hoping what happens tomorrow when I go see this movie is my expectations are so low and I'm already so negative on it that I'm going to turn around and actually really like it. I can't. Let's see. Since I really enjoyed it and hate the unnecessary hate to this movie, I'll have to give it a 5 out of 5. So there you go. Someone's giving it a 5 out of 5 just to counteract that, and that's a little bit of a bummer. So I think you see the positive reviews and the negative reviews trying to counteract each other. It's a bummer, man. We'll see what happens. But all right, guys, I just want to do a quick video on it. I know there's 1,000 videos on it, so if you guys did take the time to click on mine and listen to what I got to say about it, I truly appreciate it. Hit the like button, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. I will see you in the next video. I'm going to do my best to get out anywhere from 3 to 5 videos a week on this channel. This is just something I'm just starting off on, so we'll kind of have to see where it goes. But all right, guys, I appreciate you. I'll see you in the next video.